Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the United Stand. It's me, Faz. I'm here in Carrington to see Manchester United carry out their open training session ahead of the Champions League fixture ahead to face Galatasaray tomorrow. A big game for Manchester United and Erik ten Hag, considering how the season has gone so far for them. Galatasaray are an absolute formidable force right now. I'll be interested to see if Sergio Reguilon is in the training squad. I don't know if Ryan can see it as well and let me know. Trying to see if I can see Reguilon because it would be a much needed addition for our backline tomorrow. So at least we could have Amrabat playing in the position where he's supposed to play. But I tell you what, I'm very surprised by Erik ten Hag's choice of players in the back line, considering he could have used Diogo Dalot in the left back and Victor Lindelof on the right back, and maybe use Maguire in the middle. Is he going to go with that back line tomorrow? We'll have to wait and see. But it seems that maybe the confidence levels of the players have been a bit shot at the moment, considering we lost against Palace, where we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net after having over 70% possession. Let me speak a little bit on Galatasaray. 14 games unbeaten at the moment. Wilfried Zaha firing, scoring in the last game, an absolutely astonishing goal as well. Mario Icardi, again, firing on all cylinders, feeling very confident, scoring really top-class goals. And Tete, the Brazilian winger on the right-hand side, I think it was just not long ago where he had scored a volley as well from across, a fantastic left-footed volley. Galatasaray, they create an abundance of chances. And you know what? A funny stat for you all. The last time we played Galatasaray 11 years ago, Johnny Evans was in the back line. And I don't think Johnny Evans is going to start tomorrow. But you never know with Manchester United, do you? 11 years ago. And also, Sofian Amrabat's older brother was in the lineup for Galatasaray. And Amrabat is clearly going to be in the lineup tomorrow. But here come the boys, starting their mileage, starting their little jog. Any sign of Sergio Reguilon? I don't think so. Don't think so. No Sergio Reguilon. I can confirm. So, sorry, Manchester United fans all across the world. There will be no Sergio Reguilon for tomorrow. We can see Lindelof, Dalot. The boys are seemingly happy. They're smiling, which is nice to see. Which is always nice to see. You have Anthony Martial and Varane together. French connection. Donny van der Beek is there as well. I think what'll be nice to see is maybe Hannibal Mejbri get a bit of minutes tomorrow as well. He's had a fantastic game a couple of games ago against Palace in the cup run, and surprised that Erik ten Hag didn't end up using him in the league game. And a lot of fans seemingly seemed a bit upset with Erik ten Hag not bringing on Hannibal onto the pitch. We see Bruno Fernandes there, Casemiro, the big leaders. Anthony's back in training as well. The manager was asked some difficult questions today in the press conference. I'll be very honest with you all. Some very tough questions about Anthony that are floating about, and it's interesting that the manager said, look, he's been cooperative. He's spoken to the authorities, and at the moment there's no charges. There's nothing against him, so he's up for selection for tomorrow's game. And a lot of fans seemingly feel that Anthony's been a big miss. He's a big player when it comes to knockout games. We know he's got a lethal left foot. He's shown that last season against the likes of Charlton, against the likes of Man City as well. But the way Eric actually spoke about Anthony, I'll be honest, I feel like he's going to start tomorrow. I've said this numerous times on fan forums, on build-up shows. Anthony is a pivotal player for Manchester United. He's a pivotal player for Erik ten Hag's system. A lot of things that Manchester United fans ask from Marcus Rashford, Anthony actually does, which is off-the-ball work. It's just nice to have him back. It's nice to have another winger. Facundo Pellistri has done well for himself so far. He's not. Let's be honest. We're not expecting huge amount of things for him because he's still a young player. But as a senior starter, Anthony, I'm hoping he's going to start tomorrow, and hoping actually he starts with and brings an assist or a goal as well. That'd be nice to see. A lot of factors had to come into play for Hannibal Mejbri to be starting against Palace when we played them in the Carabao Cup. But I tell you what, he's he's really taken it well, and he's shown levels, absolute levels. A lot of criticism on Victor Lindelof as well, and Kubi Mainoo is in training as well. That's another one I've just spotted. It's nice to see him back. He's back in team training. I am presuming he is going to be in the bench tomorrow. Again, a huge, massive positive for the team having Kubi Mainoo back. But let's be very honest here. Kubi has still got lots to learn from the first team. There's still, lots of gears and lots of motions he has to go through before he can be a starting 11 player. That's just my opinion. But being around the first team, training with the first team, being in the matchday squad is going to bring him an abundance of experience, and he's clearly an understudy to Casemiro, an absolutely understudy to Casemiro as well. Another one, Alejandro Garnacho. A lot of people are asking Alejandro Garnacho to start over Marcus Rashford. Marcus is getting a lot of criticism at the moment, and I can understand why. I can see why. But let's be honest, Marcus, who's had a absolute astonishing season last season, has set the ceiling for himself, and a lot of fans believe that he should be the one who should be delivering the numbers, whether that be creating or scoring goals. Decision making has been a great concern from the fan base for Marcus Rashford, and Eric Ten Hag spoke about this actually. He spoke about Marcus Rashford's form. He said, "Look, that he needs to keep pushing, he needs to keep working, and the team need to supply, and the team need to be making the right movements for him as well, not just Marcus Rashford." So it was interesting to see, and also Rafa Varane back from injury, but then unfortunately Lisandro Martinez is now out for 2 months. Again, we need to be making sure that we manage these injuries and manage these players coming back from injuries really well. I'll be honest, it concerns me quite a bit about Sofian Amrabat, about Rasmus Højlund, about Varane, all of these players who've had niggling injuries. We need to be making sure that we manage them well, and we don't want anything like what's going on with Lisandro Martinez, and only wish a speedy recovery for Lisandro, because he's a big miss. We're missing Luke Shaw and Malacia as well, who I'm presuming Malacia is going to be back just after the international break. But Harry Maguire's in training, as everybody would have predicted. No Jadon Sancho, still not back in first team training, still being penalised for not apologising to the manager. It'll be interesting to see what happens with his future in Manchester United. The lad's just getting the bibs on. What is it? Yellow versus blues. Johnny Evans is there as well, Ryan's favourite player. Johnny Evans, who what a surprise it would be if he actually plays tomorrow, 11 years after he last played Galatasaray. A lot of experience in there as well. I'll tell you what, Rafa Varane, who's played against Galatasaray 4 times in the Champions League before, winning 3 times and having a defeat once, he'll be a massive addition as well to Manchester United. But I'll be honest, I think I would rather see a back line of Lindelof, Varane, Maguire, and Diogo Dalot. I would, because we didn't bring in Sofian Amrabat as a left back, as much as the manager said it in press conferences and stuff, that he can play numerous positions. I'm frankly tired of seeing top players playing in positions where they're not supposed to be playing. And credit to Diogo Dalot, who's actually held down the left-sided left-back position really well. He faced Bukayo Saka and did a fantastic job earlier on in the season. I know the scoreline didn't say and didn't represent that, but he most definitely showed how consistent he has been. A lot of fans have been critical about his consistency. Apologies if you can hear the drone above me. I hope you can't. Little one-touch pass training going on. They've split up in groups. Are we going to see some techers? Eriksen is in there as well. Comment down below and let me know who you think is going to start tomorrow. Make sure to go and check out the presser as well. Goalkeeper-wise, I think Andre Onana's going to start. It's pretty much his tournament, isn't he? Considering last season he went to the final and was the number one goalkeeper in Champions League. So I think it's going to be him. Still yet to see Altay Bayındır. But funny enough, Galatasaray's current manager has beaten Manchester United in, I think, 2020 with another Turkish team. Unfortunately, I can't pronounce the name of that team, but he's beaten us before. Wilfred Zaha as well, who loves scoring against Manchester United. There we go. Some fast passing drills going on. Ooh, what a miss. Was that Mark? Was that Bruno that missed? That was a shocker. That was. We really need to be getting training, boys, here. But getting put through the paces. Great save from the keeper. I think the shot was from Garnacho. This is some intensive training. I like this. I like this a lot. I think it's just quick one-touch passing and putting the ball in the back of the net really as quick as you can. I think Andre Onana is somewhere. I don't know if Ryan can see Andre Onana somewhere. I think he's still in goalkeeper training maybe. Oh, hit the post there. Who was that? Rashford. Rashford just shooting, not passing. I think Forson's there as well. But it seems like the players have to come back under a certain amount of seconds as well. A lot will be taken from tomorrow's game. Oh, back heel. Was that from Johnny Evans or Dallo? Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans, back heel, mate. Oh my goodness. Oh my, I can't believe what I'm seeing. At 35 years old, Johnny Evans is trying to back heel the keeper. I tell you what, credit where credit is due. Credit where credit is due. But as I was saying, tomorrow's game will be massive for Manchester United. Only 2 more games before international break, Galatasaray and Brentford. If we don't end up winning one of those games, it's going to cause Manchester United fans a lot of stress, panic. And let's be honest, the pressure is on when it comes to Erik ten Hag because it's a results-based business. He has to provide the results. He has to make the team work. He's trying to implement his style. I think the quality is most definitely there. It's just a matter of time before we get it right. A lot of people are writing the season off, and you know what? I can see why. I can totally understand why. But we must believe. We must keep pushing, and we start with tomorrow. If we don't get some points tomorrow, though, I think even if we draw, it will be a bad result for Manchester United. I think tomorrow it's a must-win game for Manchester United, especially at home. Speaking to some of the people from Manchester United, everybody's under the feeling that we need to be getting points in the group stage from our home games. Bayern Munich, we're going to be playing very soon, in a couple of weeks' time. Are we going to be able to get some points off them? Copenhagen, again, an expected game where people expect Manchester United to be able to win comfortably, but considering how we're playing right now, I don't think any game we can win convincingly at all. Marcus, you have to be quicker, mate. Marcus, you have to be quicker. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to go and check out the press conference video on the United stand, and make sure you subscribe and like the video for any more latest Manchester United content. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.
Okay, welcome to our Champions League press conference for our game against Galatasaray tomorrow evening with Erik ten Hag and Rafa Varane. Please indicate who your question is for. Translation is provided. Let's start with Simon Page.
Eric, hi. First of all, how have the team and the group been since Saturday? It seems to be a case of 1 step forward, 2 steps back at the moment.
Of course, we are disappointed about the result. Then you have to analyze the game, where the problems, and then you have to move forward, but also give solutions for the problems. Clear.
In terms of selection for tomorrow, will Anthony be in consideration, and will any players be back?
Anthony will be in consideration, but yesterday was his first time back in team training. We have a final training, and then we make the decision. But he will be in consideration.
İlk soru, Şimdi grupta bir adım ileri, iki adım geri gibi görünüyor sizin performansınız. Bu konuda ne düşünüyorsunuz? Yani evet, tabii oyunu analiz etmemiz gerekiyor. Daha iyi olmamız gerekiyor, daha iyi oynamamız gerekiyor. İkinci soruda da yine Anthony yarın oynayacak mı? Onu tabii bakacağız. Durum gösterecek. Şu anda bizim elimizde bir opsiyon.
You've said in the past that you're not a very patient person. Is it frustrating, annoying that the team don't seem to be able to move forward and do what you want them to do? You struggling to get answers to this at the start.
I think I don't agree with that. I think the team is moving forward, but yeah, we have to make adjustments as well. You don't have a fullback on the left side, and you have to change, and we did. Yeah, there were shortages in our game, definitely, but I think also there were very positive points in. But by the end of the day, it's only about result, and we didn't get the result what we are looking for. We didn't get the result. What's the demand? And yeah, of course, that is very disappointing.
Sabırlı bir menajersiniz, sabırlı bir teknik adamsınız ama takımdan sanki istediğiniz cevabı istediğiniz şekilde alamıyormuşsunuz gibi gözüküyor. Bu konuda ne düşünüyorsunuz? Ben katılmıyorum bu söylediğinize. Açıkçası eksiklerimiz var. Yani örneğin sol kanatta problemlerimiz var, eksiklerimiz var. Halletmeye çalışıyoruz. Elimizden geleni yapıyoruz. Takım hakkında böyle bir cevap alamadığımı düşünmüyorum. Elimizden geleni yapıyoruz.
Sorry, you know more than anybody what it takes to win this tournament. You know what it takes to be at the elite level. How far away do you think Manchester United are at the moment from that level?
I think that competition it's about details, and you have to be efficient to win that competition. And that moment on the last weeks, I think it's what we can improve. It's to be more efficient in front of the goals. With a very low number of occasions, we concede goals, and we need to create a lot to score. So that's the reality of the top level. You have to be efficient to win big trophies. So I think we have the quality in the squad to play and to win that competition. But we have to improve, and tomorrow it's a great opportunity to get the first points on that competition and to move forward and to improve.
Siz üst seviyede nasıl maç kazanılır çok iyi biliyorsunuz. Sizce Manchester United bu seviyede bir takım mı şu anda? Yani farklı durumlarda tabii ki farklı şekilde mücadele etmeniz gerekiyor. Ben takım olarak bizim kaliteli bir takım olduğumuzu düşünüyorum. Kalitemiz var. Fakat günün sonunda o golleri atmanız gerekiyor bu seviyede oynayabilmek için. Yarın da ilk puanımızı almak için çok iyi bir fırsat. Elimizden geleni yapacağız.
Eric, there's been a lot of focus on VAR and refereeing decisions this weekend. You've had some problems with it in the past. Do you think standards need to improve and we need greater transparency in terms of hearing the communication between officials?
Well, I'm not so often give comment on refereeing because they do what they have to do. And of course, the standards has to be high, and yeah, it's a part of the game. So this season, I think one time I mentioned it, and I'm still behind it because it was really in our disadvantage in that moment. But for the rest, no. Of course, you can expect, we can expect, the teams can expect, the fans can all expect that it has to be a high standard. So it should be because it's Premier League. But I think, and I'm sure, they do what they can, and they are very professional, and so they will give their best, and yeah, I trust them.
And then in terms of breaking news. Can you give us confirmation that Lissandro will be undergoing a second operation? And is there any people returning back into team training?
I can confirm, yeah. Anthony, Licha Martinez will have to undergo surgery, and so the team news is that probably Anthony Dos Santos can return.
İki tane soru oldu. Birincisi bu son zamanlarda olan VAR kararları, hakemlerin şu andaki durumu hakkında ne düşünüyorsunuz? Tabii ki bu standartlar arttırılmalı mı? Aralarındaki iletişim nasıl olmalı sizce diye bir soru vardı. Ben bu konularda hakemler hakkında pek yorum yapmamaya çalışıyorum. Evet, bir keresinde yapmıştım o yorumun, hala da arkasındayım. Biz Premier Lig'den bahsediyoruz. Burada kalite çok yüksek. Onlardan beklenen de bu. Ben onların ellerinden geleni yaptığını düşünüyorum ve kendilerine güveniyorum. Martinez'in durumuyla alakalı bir soru geldi. Evet, Anthony Dos Santos şu anda bizimle olacak. Martinez'in de bir ameliyat olma durumu var.
Samuel.
Rafa, you've won the Champions League 4 times. Do you think this Manchester United squad is good enough to win the Champions League?
Yes, I think so. I think the qualities in the squad. As I said, that competition is difficult. You have to take care about every details. But yeah, we have a team with quality, with good mentality, and yeah, we have to make some improvements. It's not the start of this season we expected, but I still believe we have the quality enough to compete with the best team in the world.
Şampiyonlar Ligi'ni kazanabilecek kalitede bir takım olduğunuzu düşünüyor musunuz? Evet, yani kötü bir başlangıç yaptık. Fakat gelişim gösterdiğimizi ve daha da gelişim gösterebileceğimizi düşünüyorum. Biz elimizden geleni en iyisini yapmaya çalışıyoruz. Ki bu arenada biz de mücadele edip bunu kazanabilecek güçte olduğumuzu düşünüyoruz.
Question about.
Eric, what message do you think allowing Anthony to continue training sends to victims of domestic violence, and does that concern you?
Once again, I didn't hear you, sorry.
What message do you think allowing Anthony to continue training and potentially playing sends to other victims of domestic violence, and does that worry you?
So he cooperated fully, and it came out he is not charged. So
Şimdi Anthony'nin antrenmanlara katılmasına izin verdiniz. Belki oynamasına da izin vereceksiniz. Bu ev içi şiddet mağdurlarına nasıl bir mesaj gönderiyor sizce? Bu sizi düşündürmüyor mu? Anthony şu anda elinden geldiğince bilgi vermeye çalışıyor. Kendisine sorulan soruları cevaplıyor. Ve şu anda herhangi bir şekilde mahkemeye sevk edilmiş değil.
Rafa, you've obviously had a fantastic career yourself, and you're an experienced player now. We've had some young players coming into the team, the likes of Hannibal, the likes of Garnacho, and obviously Højlund's very young. How do you think the youngsters have done this season, and how important is your role as like a senior father figure now to these players to help them?
Yeah, I think they are doing well. They bring energy in the team. They are still learning, that's normal. And the players with more experience, it's important to show by example, to lead by example, and to communicate with them about everything, about how to be professional, how to play, to support the pressure, to be calm and determined during the games. So we have a lot to do, and yeah, as a leader we have to show them and to talk with them. So that's what we try to do, and yeah, hopefully they can bring talent and passion on the pitch. So that will be very helpful for this season, and there is a lot of talents, young talents on that club. So hopefully they can improve the squad.
And Eric, to the more senior players now, how difficult is it to get senior players out of maybe a bad run? So if it's younger players, maybe you can take them out of the team. When it's more senior players who are maybe the form is off, is it better to make them play through it, or is it better to take them out of the firing line? How do you balance that?
You have to deal with it, and experienced players, they know how to deal with it. It is not the first time that we are in such situation, that the players who you now mentioned are in this situation, because that is a career. It's not only highlights, and it's say the journey, and the journey will go with humps, with bumps, gaps will be in between, and now it's about the character. The character as an individual, character as a team, what you have to show, how to get out. And as you see, there are many positives in the game, but also some lacks, and we have to work on the lacks. And so keep the positives, but work on the lacks, the deficits we have in our game.
Yine iki soru geldi. İlki şöyleydi. Şimdi takımda Hannibal, Garnacho, Højlund gibi çok genç oyuncular var. Sizin de müthiş bir kariyeriniz oldu. Bu kariyerin içinde çok tecrübeli bir oyuncusunuz. Bir tecrübeli oyuncu olarak, bir baba figürü olarak onların önünde görünüyorsunuz. Onlara nasıl yardımcı olabiliyorsunuz bu konularda? Ne yapıyorsunuz? Tabii onlar sürekli öğreniyorlar. Sürekli kendilerini geliştiriyorlar. Takıma enerji getiriyorlar açıkçası. Onlarla iletişim halinde olmamız gerekiyor biz daha tecrübeli oyuncular olarak. Nasıl sahada nasıl daha sakin kalabilirler, nasıl daha oyunlarını nasıl geliştirebilirler, bunları konuşuyoruz. Bunları sürekli onlarla iletişim halindeyiz. Onlara bunu gösteriyoruz sürekli. Tabii ki onların da sahaya, oyunumuza, takımımıza tutku ve beceri kattıklarını söyleyebilirim. Bir de ikinci soru olarak, şimdi genç oyuncular tam böyle form tutmadıklarında ya da ilk kariyerlerinin başında böyle aksadıklarında onlarla eminim farklı bir şekilde ilgileniyorsunuz. Ama daha tecrübeli oyuncular bu duruma düştüğü zaman, form kaybı olduğu zaman siz bunlarla nasıl ilgileniyorsunuz, nasıl hallediyorsunuz? Tabii yani tecrübeli oyuncular, adı üstünde tecrübeliler, büyük kariyerli oyuncular var. Bu onların bir yolculuğu tabii bu kariyerlerinde. Bu yolculukta engeller, engebeler, aksaklıklar olacaktır. Biz elimizden geldiğince onlara da yardımcı olmaya çalışıyoruz. Tabii hani fiziksel anlamda onların fit olmalarını da elimizden geldiği kadar sağlamaya çalışıyoruz.
Last two, Mickey.
Hi Eric. Eric, does this game become more important for the result rather than the performance, or would you like to see both?
As I said previously, top football is always about result. But if the execution is not right, if the process is not right, you don't go to win. So both.
Şimdi tabii ki sonuç ve performans. Yani şimdi yarınki maçta sonuç çok önemli ama aynı zamanda performans da sizin için o kadar önemli olacak mı? Nedir vereceğiniz performansın sizin için önemi? Yani tabii ki futbol sonuç oyunu, tabii ki golleri atıp sonuca ulaşmamız gerekiyor. Fakat bu arada da yine iyi bir performans verip o şekilde almak önemli. Yani ikisi de önemli benim için.
Last question at the back.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Eric. I'm coming from Turkey, Turkish sports media outlet Soccerboxtv. And in Turkey, we are actually really curious about the goalkeeper Altay Bayındır because we expected you to play him in the League Cup against Crystal Palace. So do you plan to give him a chance against Galatasaray or anytime soon?
You will see. But we chose against Crystal Palace in the League Cup to play Andre because both came new in and both have to adapt to the English standard, and so that's why we prefer Andre to play in that game. It was important for him to to use every game in this moment. But yeah, also we have to progress Altir. That's clear, and he makes very good impression in training. He's really developing, progressing. So we are very happy with it, and we are convinced we have the two right goalkeepers in our squad to do the job for us.
Can I ask one more question, please?
Quickly.
Okay, all right. So Galatasaray have two really dangerous players, Icardi and Zaha, which he knows really well, Manchester United. Do you have any defensive strategies against them, against these two?
Absolutely, we know that, but it's not only Zaha and Icardi, because also Dries Mertens, if Hakim Ziyech is available, if Tete, so they have huge good players more. Angelino, who can be very offensive and creating game by. So they have a lot more, and it's about team. And yeah, we have to defend that as a team, and we will be aware we have to play our best to get the right result.
Yine iki soru geldi. Birincisi ben Türkiye'den buraya geldik bugün. Şimdi herkesin merak ettiği Türkiye'de yine Altay Bayındır'ın durumu. Kupa maçında onu bekliyorduk oynamasını fakat oynamadı. Bunun bir sebebi var mı? Ne zaman oynayacak? Ne zaman bekleyebiliriz onu? Ben Altay'la Onana arasında çok iyi iki kalecimizin olduğunu düşünüyorum. Altay'ın gelişmesini takip ediyoruz. Antrenmanlarda çok iyi bir gelişme gösteriyor, performans gösteriyor. İyi bir kaleci olduğunu orada ispat etti kendisini. İkisi de çok önemli dediğim gibi bizim için. Zamanı geldiğinde Altay'a da gerektiği zamanı vereceğiz. Fakat ikisi de çok yeni kaleciler. O yüzden Onana'nın alabildiği kadar zaman alabilmesi gerekiyordu. O yüzden onu oynattık. Şimdilik öyle gelişiyor. Altay'ın da oynayacağı maçlar olacaktır. İkinci soru, Icardi ve Zaha gibi çok tehlikeli oyuncuları var Galatasaray'ın. Siz bu konuda ne düşünüyorsunuz? Planlarınız var mı? Nasıl bir mücadele bekliyorsunuz yarın? Tabii onları biliyorum. Icardi, Zaha çok tecrübeli, kariyerli oyuncular. Ama bir tek onlar değil. Hakim Ziyech var, Tete var, Angelino var ki Angelino çok ofansif oynayabilen bir oyuncu. Yine takım olarak bizim mücadele edip, takım olarak defans yapıp, takım olarak hücuma çıkmamız gerekiyor. Bunu yapabileceğimizi düşünüyorum.
Eric, Marcus Rashford is not playing with the same confidence and effectiveness as last season when he got 30 goals. Why do you think he's struggling? And what can you and your coaching staff do to get Marcus back to his best and scoring regularly again?
The facts are that he is not scoring at this moment, but also he had the opportunities. If I think, for instance, the game against Brighton, he had 5-6. He was 5-6 occasions. He was in a very good spot, and if he works hard and if he invests, so every day and go in every game with the right focus, and if the team also around him supply him and help him, support him with movement, then it will come. And then Marcus Rashford is a player who is capable, who is always to score goal in every game. And when he's coming in the right spots, he will score.
Rashford geçen yıl 30 golü var, 30'un üzerinde golü var. Şu anda formsuz bir süreçten geçiyor. Yani siz teknik ekip olarak ona nasıl yardımcı olabilirsiniz sizce? Yani Brighton maçına bakacak olursanız 5-6 tane çok iyi pozisyona girdi Rashford gerçekten. Takım olarak onu daha iyi desteklememiz gerekiyor. Onun çevresinde dönen oyunların iyi organize edilmesi gerekiyor. Takım olarak ona destek olduğumuzda onun da gollerini tekrardan atmaya başlayacağını biliyorum. Pozisyon bulduğunda gol atan bir oyuncu o.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.